Hey, welcome back to Bear Squared. On this channel, we simplify educational tech. I've recently been writing my mid-semester reports, and so I wanted to share what I've been using to write my reports. Now, caveat, this isn't a shortcut. Okay, you're still gonna have to personalize your reports. There is no cookie cutter approach for this. However, you can use templates and a comment bank to speed up the process. So let's go ahead and look at this. If you head over to Safari and you type in schoolreportwriter.com, you'll come to this website here. Now, I've been using this website for about 6 years, and it really does speed up you writing reports as you start building your comment bank, and then you use those templates to personalize your reports. So I'm going to show you how this is done, okay? It's absolutely free, by the way, for you to register and start building your report templates. And there are a lot of free resources available as well. A massive shout out to Lyndon Rowland, who produced this in 2012, just out of curiosity that his friend was spending the weekends writing reports and he wanted to go out and just speed up the process. So go ahead and register. It's absolutely free, and the reason you register is so that you can start building your report bank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my comment bank. Now, where you go to your comment bank, you can start building out your report templates. Now, for example, let me show you where I get my report templates from. I've just done an assessment. For example, we were doing common factors, algebra, whatever. We're doing this activity. Now, as we've done the activity, we assessed our students at the end of this unit, or as a formative, mid-unit or whatever. And here's the assessment. Now, the assessment has, because we're following an IB program, we assess via 4 criteria. In particular, in mathematics, we do knowledge and understanding, investigating patterns, communicating mathematics, and then applications of, if I get rid of this, applying mathematics in real life. For this particular assessment that we've done, we've built out our success criteria here, and you can see that students, as long as they follow these descriptors and the strands and these indicators, then they'll do well in the assessment. I can go ahead and use this as reference to a comment bank, because when students complete this assessment and I've marked it and I've graded it, I know where students are in terms of what they've completed in mathematics and what they need to do in order to improve. So I've got immediate feedback. I can provide them immediate feedback holistically and personalized feedback as to what they need to do to move on to the next level. And so I'll use these as well as formative assessments that we'll do either in class or homework or otherwise to start building up a report. Now, like I said, there's no shortcut to this, because you do need to know your students and build a report with your students and know where they stand. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this. I've got Charlie's report here, and I know how Charlie's performing. So let's say, for example, in my assessment criteria, I've assessed Charlie at a level 5. Now, this is just arbitrary, just a number I'm putting to this. However, I would have done several assessments to build this sort of picture behind it. The sort of the story and the relationship with Charlie, okay, behind the scenes, is that Charlie's done several assessments. I've marked these assessments and I've built a portfolio of Charlie's assessments via the rubrics that we've set, the success criteria. And so I can start building that out. Now, on Report Writer, which is what I'm using here, I'll start building out my template. So for example, I've got a lot of things here now. I've got a series of comments that I can use. So effective skills, areas of improvement, attitude towards learning, collaborative skills, creative skills, the criteria that I was talking about. Okay, here's the criteria that I was talking about. I've built out a sort of template for the criteria. And so my recent sort of assessments, my recent reports, mid-semester reports, I'm building out this. If I go here to create report, I'm going to go ahead and clear the report and then write in Charlie's name. And now I can start building out my template. So maybe I want to talk about, effective skills before I start my report. That's my sort of starting sentence. And then I might want to go ahead and build my template out by talking about an introduction sentence and so on and so forth. Right, so I can start building out this report. So if I click on this one, I can go back to now effective skills and say, by demonstrating persistence and perseverance in developing mathematical strategies and problem solving. Remember, there's no cookie cutter approach for this. You're just using templates to build out your report. And then what I would do, once I'm happy with all of this, so let's go to the criteria assessments, and I can like pick on whatever criteria I want to use. Okay, Charlie's targets. So once I'm done with that, I'm happy with that, I can go and show final report. And then here it is. I'm going to go and copy and paste all of this. So I'm going to go Control, copy, And I'm going to go ahead and paste this in my document. Now, why do I do this? Because remember, this is not a complete report. This is a selection of comments in a comment bank that may or may not reflect on how Charlie's performing. Now, what I do now is I look into this and then I sit there and I modify this and I personalize it to Charlie's actual performance. Okay. The brilliant thing is though, I've already built a picture on Charlie's performance. I know what Charlie can do and I know what Charlie needs to do in order to improve and move on to the next level. So I'll go on to then build out this report personalized to Charlie's requirements so that parents and Charlie both know what he can do to improve his grade. Likewise, I'll do the same with Ahmed and I'll do the same with Ebba, same with Tariq and so on and so forth, in order to complete all of my reports. The benefit of using this though is wonderful because I can start building out all of my comment banks from curricula that I've been using. Now I'm using the IB curriculum here, so I can start building out my reports from there. So what do I mean by building out for that curriculum? Well, the IB has a focus on the transferable skills, the 21st century soft transferable skills. So if you recall from the comment bank, I used effective skills talking about Charlie's report. So the ATO's approaches to learning, self-management, communication, social research and thinking are really critical to include those soft skills in my report. So when I build out my report, I'm talking about critical thinking skills, creative thinking and transferable skills. I'm thinking about information literacy and media literacy. I'm also thinking about the social skills, the collaborative skills. And so when I build out my report according to this curricula, I'm going to put those skills into it. Okay, so if I look over here, if I go show you my edit my comment bank, I can show you here I've got these creative skills. Okay, so I can go and show you, hey, effective skills, collaborative skills, communication skills, and I'm building out my organization. So I'm building out my comment bank for this particular curriculum. In order to support that as well, let me go over here and I'll show you. Again, this criteria is from the MYP IB curriculum. This is particularly for mathematics. Now you can do the same and build out your reports for science, for humanities and so on and so forth. In fact, if I go back to Report Writer, School Report Writer, there's a bunch of free report comments as well. Now, I'm not suggesting that you use these. I'm just suggesting as a starting point to build out your reports. You can use these as templates. Remember, there is no shortcut to this. You need to know your students and you need to personalize your reports. So here, look at this. Secondary high school reports for science. You can browse this in view in the browser. So if I scroll down here, abilities, openings, opening A, abilities again, behavior, close, goal, homework suggestions. So this teacher's really taken the time to include a lot of parts to the template of their report, okay? So you can actually copy this and tailor it. Of course, like I said, there's no copy and pasting here. It's really, you've got to tailor up and build your reports how you want them. So you could go ahead and you can create your own comment bank. And so you can tailor it in your own language and then put it in your comment bank so you can start a new comment bank. Now I'm not going to do a full-blown tutorial on this website because you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. Go to schoolreportwriter.com. They do have tutorials. I'm just sharing this because I've been using this for 6 years and I've built out my comment banks, and it's really good to build out a report and then personalize it once I've put it into my docs and I've really tailored to what I want. There are these codes, okay, for pronouns that change according to the gender of the student. When you're putting it in your comments, you can use these codes, these shortcut codes. Like I was saying, look, go on to School Report Writer, it's absolutely free, and register and build out your reports for yourself. It's not a shortcut. What it does allow you to do, it allows you to spend time on personalizing your reports because you've built out comments that are particular to your units of work. If you're not already using a comment bank template, I would highly suggest that you do try out School Report Writer. As always, if you like this content, giving me a like and consider subscribing, share it with a colleague, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.